children's future. I'm sick of them telling us they have immunity. They can kill us in the streets and flee. And we're the ones who have to sit terrorized. No. No. We're not going to stop until we have justice for Alex Pretti, for Renee Good, until we dismantle the machinery of the entire U.S. military empire around the world. Everyone on the receiving end of U.S. militarized violence, living under the boot of U.S. imperialism. All of our brothers and sisters, we know how these issues connect anymore. They're not going to atomize us. They're not going to isolate us. They're not going to keep us in our silos. We understand. We understand how everything connects. We understand how our brothers and sisters in Palestine, our brothers and sisters in the Congo, our brothers and sisters in Sudan, our brothers and sisters right here in Minneapolis. We're all impacted by this system. They're the enemy. They're the ones terrorizing us. It's not our immigrant neighbors and trans brothers and sisters. We woke up to the truth. They're not going to gaslight us anymore because we see the truth, baby, with wide open eyes. And we're going to organize accordingly. And we're going to fucking win our country back and win our planet back. Justice for Renee Good. Justice for Renee Good. Ice out now. Ice out now. Ice out now. Ice out now. I'm so inspired by the tens of millions of people in sustained action around the world mobilizing with international solidarity along all of these struggles. I've never had more revolutionary optimism than I do right here, and I'm so goddamn happy to be on the streets of Minneapolis with all of you. Let's go! Let's get ICE the fuck out of our country! Abolish ICE! 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 Get up for Minneapolis! Our next speaker, Anna, are you ready? Anna, we're ready for you. Make it up for Anna. Get some noise going. Jump in, move in, get warm for Anna.
I need to be kept drugged up at all times. Where is that? I talked to her earlier.
The people united can never be defeated.
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 Good evening. My name is Anna. I am a member of PSL Twin Cities. I'm a longtime educator, and I'm a resident of South Minneapolis. I'm here today to talk to you about power. Not the kind of top-down power that men like Bobino and Trump cling to in order to make themselves feel big, but the deep well of power being exercised by the beautiful people of Minnesota. When Trump sent hundreds of agents to terrorize our neighborhoods as part of his Operation Metro Surge, the people of Minneapolis quickly revived hyper-local neighborhood chats that were vestiges of the 2020 uprising. Rapid response networks were set up and people organized a network of defense to protect our beloved community members. That's the power of the people. When Trump sent thousands more agents to Minneapolis as part of the largest DHS deployment in U.S. history, Minneapolis responded by weaving webs of care, from grocery delivery, rent support, rides for neighbors to and from work, school, and doctor's appointments, and patrols around our children's schools during arrival and dismissal. That's the power of the people!
Sorry. What the heck? What do you mean sorry? How you doing, bro? You good?
When this surge of ICE agents escalated to the murder of upstander and mother Renee Nicole Good, Minneapolis mourned our beloved neighbors.
Everybody check in. I've shared it out. We're live in downtown Minneapolis. Another protest against the ICE raids.
Volunteers
More calls
took to the
for,
streets
general
and
strike.
Businesses and union and faith
live
leaders across the
out
state
here
quickly organized their members and congregations for the
in
first
downtown
general
Minneapolis.
strike in Minneapolis in 80 years. That's the power of the people. And on Friday, January 23rd, in negative 12-degree weather, Minnesotans took to the street and we shut it down. This historic action reminded working class people across the nation that we are the ones with the true power. Our power comes from the fact that it's our labor that makes this country run. And our power comes not from greed or ego, but from a deep love for and a commitment to each other. That's the power of the people. The next day, when Bovino state thugs responded by executing ICU nurse Alex Pretti for defending women from being assaulted, Minnesotans knew that we had to expand our call to shut it down. The Somali and Black student unions at the University of Minnesota took the lead in calling for an extension and expansion of our strike. Everyday people responded by beginning to plan actions, shutdowns, rallies, and marches in solidarity with Minnesota to demand ICE out. That's the power of the people. We now know that Greg Bovino is leaving Minnesota today, along with a large number of his masked men. Bye-bye, Bovino. Say bye-bye. And while we understand this as a victory, we intend to keep pushing until every agent has left our state with his head hanging in shame. We understand that our work isn't done until ICE is abolished and our neighbors are safe. This Friday, we will once again take to the streets and shut down business as usual as we demand that all ICE agents get the fuck out of Minnesota. And this time, hundreds of actions will be simultaneously happening across the country in solidarity with us. What is that, y'all? It's the power of the people. Let's try that again. What is it? All right, y'all are getting it. You're catching on. Minnesota, I love you so much. I am so proud of you. I am in awe of our power. And I believe that we will win. Because ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Y'all, I love you. Make some noise. Stay warm.
Somebody check in. We're live downtown
Thank you,
Minneapolis.
Anna. Give it up for Anna one time. Now, Anna brings up a good couple points here. Hey, raise your hand if you've been in the streets over the last week or so. Raise your hand if you at any point. Now, she said Greg's leaving. Keep that hand raised. Bye-bye, Bovino. Bye-bye, Bovino. Bye-bye, Bovino. Bye-bye, Bovino. Bye-bye, Bovino. Bye-bye, Bovino. Get him out of here! Now again, that is an exact example of what we have, to Anna's point, of people power, right? There's no plans of Greg Bovino leaving if we didn't show out in the streets every day that he was here. They are scared. Scared of what? That people power that Anna was talking about. And guess what we're gonna do with it, huh? Shut it down. 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 Minneapolis! Now here's the deal. We got another speaker for you today. His name is Doug. Doug, if you're here, could you make your way to the stage, please? There he is. Doug is a veteran and one of our neighbors. Give it up for Doug right now, please!
Thanks, Nate. Like Nate said, my name is Doug. I am a veteran of the U.S. Army, and I'm going to tell you a little story about my weekend. It wasn't a good weekend, but my Friday was better, and I can talk a little bit about that too. But over the weekend, I was on my way to get groceries at Marissa's Bakery in Whittier. Shout out to Marissa's. And unfortunately, I made my way after that because I didn't realize it was closed. I made my way to Glamdall Donuts on Saturday morning around 8 a.m. And when I got there, I got a donut, I got some coffee, and I unfortunately witnessed the murder. Well, what I perceived to be potentially the murder of Alex Pretti. It was, again, as a military veteran, having been trained in counterinsurgency and detainee operations, it looked extremely, the man, Alex, was not resisting. He was clearly, he had about 6 or 7 agents on top of him, and to me it seemed clear that this was not justified by any, military doctrine or anything like that. And I continue to be astounded by the amount of resistance that I'm seeing in the streets in the wake of that event. I personally have been uplifted by the resistance by seeing 10,000 people on Sunday coming out in the streets to witness both the site of the murder on the day of, on Saturday night, but also to pay tribute and decide that we're going to fight back on Sunday. And I want to talk a little bit again, because I spoke earlier about it on Sunday, about what I think the solution to the death of Alex Pretti and Renee Good, and I think what they would want us to do. Minnesota on Friday showed up in 100,000 plus people in the streets, and possibly many more, fighting back against this ICE, CBP, Customs and Border Patrol terror. And we showed up. Right? We showed up. We didn't go to work. We didn't go to school. We flexed that power. And that means that we need to continue flexing that power. Right? So we have, over the weekend, as soon as the event happened, as soon as Alex Pretti was shot 6 or 7 times and was later declared killed, Alex Pretti, a man who also treated many, many veterans and also trained many, many nurses on how to treat those veterans, we as veterans must have a duty to stand up, because this is one of our fellow, government workers, one of our fellow humans that are resisting against this ICE terror. And we can't stand by idly, right? We need to follow in the example of the labor unions who are most affected by, who represent those workers who are most affected by this terror. We need to follow that example, and when the labor unions like SCIU, Local 26, Unite Here, Local 17, when they called for that strike that happened last Friday on January 23rd, the people stood up and answered. And now, with Black student groups and with Somali student groups of the U of M calling for the same thing, we need to answer that call. It is time to strike again. So let's get in those streets. Let's show the world what we can do. But what's more, we're going to make this a national event. January 30th, all of these cities across the country, that are facing ICE terror are going to shut it down. Not just Minnesota, not just Minneapolis, from Houston to Dallas to Atlanta to Las Vegas, we're all shutting it down. What do we want? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? When do we want it? If we don't get it, if we don't get it, if we don't get it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Give it up for Doug one time, Doug. Thank you so much. We got one more speaker for you today. Doug was talking a lot about students leading the charge. Iman, tell them how it is. Iman, make some noise.
What do we want? What do we want it? What do we want? What do we want it? What do we want? What do we want it? What do we want it? Woo! How are we feeling, Minneapolis? This past Saturday, our community watched in horror as Alex Pretti, a nurse, a neighbor, a student, was shot and killed by federal agents in Minneapolis. What was meant to be another day of resistance turned into another day of state violence against us. In broad daylight on our streets. Shame! And let's be clear, we all know this came just less than 24 hours after one of the largest general strikes in Minnesota history. And we know that there is only one right answer to this violence. We must expand and extend the shutdown. Woo! We saw the power that we have when we act in unity. And we know that there is only one answer to this violence. Again, we must extend and expand the shutdown. Our Somali and Black students have made this call, and we have stood at the front of this fight. Not behind, not following. They are leading. They were the first to call this mobilization and the first to say, shut it down. 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 As a college student, I have watched my peers turn grief and rage into action, into organizing. When establishments were hesitant, youth moved. When politicians stayed silent, youth had organized. We know that the movement's backbone is the youth. And we know that every part of our community, our Somali families, our international students, our Hmong, Latino, Vietnamese, indigenous, and working class communities, they are standing with them, and they are all calling for the same thing. Take action this Friday. We need to shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! And we know when we as workers withhold our labor, when we withhold our dollars, we break the machine that profits off of our pain. And we saw yesterday that Bovino has left Minnesota. Bye-bye, Bovino. But we know that this was not just a choice from the administration. It was because of the pressure that we put on them. Our action, our presence in the streets, our refusal to back down, that's what forced that step. But here's the truth. We're one step closer to victory. Total victory means ICE off of our streets, federal terror out of our cities, no more families living in fear for their lives. We are at a critical moment, and the answer must be bigger, stronger, and nationwide. And this shutdown is not just happening here in Minnesota. It's happening in Texas, on the East Coast, on the West Coast. Everyone is answering our call.
workers, students, and entire communities are rising up. So hear this and remember this. We will not let this violence be forgotten. We will not let fear silence us. We will shut it down and we will win. Shut it down this Friday. Shut it down for Alex. Shut it down for Renee. Shut it down for every immigrant terrorized. Shut it down until ICE is no longer on our streets. What do we want? What do we want it? I said, what do we want? What do we want it? What do we want? What do we want it? If we don't get it, I said, if we don't get it, shut it down. 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 Woo!
Thank you, everyone. Make some noise for him. Let's go! Minnesotans, pack in. It's cold. Get warm. Come in a little bit. Soon we'll get moving. But here's the deal, folks. All these speakers are serious, and you should be too, about shutting it down. Last Friday, we did that. We showed hundreds of thousands of people can do that in Minnesota in negative degree weather. Were you there? Did you see it? Now, why can't we do that again? Guess what? That day, this past weekend, we saw 60 CEOs of Minnesotan businesses, some of them even working with ICE, being essential to their operations, calling for writing a letter of de-escalation and for peace. Now, one thing here is, they weren't writing that letter when Renee was killed, did they? They did it when Alex was killed, and we stayed out in the streets and we forced them to say something. Now, we're not here for words anymore, folks. But guess what? We're the ones who got Fry and Walz in the same room for Trump to pull Bovino out of the state. Isn't that right? There's no way he leaves. There's no way they're talking to him without us being out here every single day for our neighbors that have been killed and our neighbors that have been abducted and kidnapped by these thugs and goons. So what are we gonna do? I said, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Now, so we gotta stay warm, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bounce with this one. Shut it down. 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 Minneapolis, make some noise! We got some more speakers. Are you ready to hear some great words? We got Nas ready up here. Nas, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Until, oh, hey, welcome. Make some noise, Minneapolis!
Y'all, when I ask y'all who got the power, I need y'all to tell me we got the power. Who got the power? We got the power! And when I say what kind of power, y'all gonna tell me we got people power. What kind of power? People power! Who got the power? We got the power! What kind of power? People power! Thank you, y'all. It has been the power of the people that has sustained this movement. Communities coming from all over the place. The Somali community, the Black American community, the Latino community, the Hmong community has continued to make this movement happen. Make some noise. We understand that the killing of Renee Good, of Alex Pretti, of Keith Porter Jr., the attacks, the constant attacks from ICE has been a part of a long-standing racist project that is United States imperialism. Shame. I said shame. And it has been the organization of the people that has continued to keep us safe. Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe. Who when George Floyd was slaughtered. We got him justice. It was the power of the people that got him justice. What kind of power? What kind of power? We know that this racist terrorist state will continue to attack our communities if we don't do something about it. Are we gonna let this happen? I said, are we gonna let this happen? So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? So on Friday, January 30th, where are we gonna be? We gonna be outside? We gonna be outside? We gonna shut it down? We gonna shut it down? We understand that we stand in solidarity. We stand in motion. We stand in power. We stand in protracted struggle. A protracted struggle to bring the power back to the people. So I need y'all to repeat after me because this is something that's special to me. I really believe that we can win. So y'all say, I believe that we will win. 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 Thank you, y'all.
No, thank you. Nas, make some noise for Nas. I believe that same thing, folks. You got to tuck it in. You got to stay warm. Say hello to your neighbors. Because listen, we're not quite done yet. We're not going to be done till they do what? Till we can shut it down. Isn't that right? We're not stopping until then. And we're not going to stop speaking because I got some words from Alex here. Can you make some noise for Alex, please?
What's up, Minneapolis? Let's make some noise real quick. Now, I'm a teacher here in the greater Twin Cities area. Thank you. And I see every day the terror that our students are experiencing, the fear that they have with ICE patrolling their streets, with ICE patrolling their schools, with ICE patrolling their bus stops. I've talked to teacher friends as well, and they have told me in their schools they're witnessing ghost towns. 50% of students gone, 80% of students gone in their classes. Shame on them. One story in particular hit me really hard. A student and their family who felt like it was no longer safe for them to stay in the state of Minnesota, that had to leave. That is what our students are experiencing. That is what our families are experiencing right now. But our students are resilient as well. We've seen students walk out of their schools demanding that ICE leave our city, that ICE leaves our state. The organizing that these students have been doing, have been pushing for a general strike. It were student unions that called for the extension of the general strike this Friday. We know that we keep each other safe, and we know that when we organize, we win. That's why we got to keep the fight going. We got to keep organizing. We got to make sure that Friday is just as big as last Friday. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Nationalize the general strike, everybody. Don't go to school. No school, no work, no shopping this Friday.
That's right. Make it up for Alex. Make some noise. If you didn't go to work on Friday, you're not gonna do it this Friday, right? If you didn't go to work or school on Friday, you're not gonna go to school this Friday, right? Now, you're definitely not going to give those corporations like Target, like Amazon, like Whole Foods, the ones who prop up this ICE terror in our cities, you're not going to give them any money, right? Hell no! Because guess what? We're going to shut it down. 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 Now let's be very, very clear. Because we shut it down on Friday, we forced the hands of all these corporations making fake press statements. We forced the hand of these people in these fake uniforms to send their fake-ass commander all the way back to California. Isn't that right, Minnesota? Now, one thing, I dream of retirement. I'm also a teacher. Shout out to Alex. I dream of that stuff. But guess what? Wait, Greg Bavino's going to go retire to California after killing 2 of our neighbors and abducting hundreds more. Is that right, Minnesota? Are we going to let them rest when they've done this to us, Minnesota? And for those of you across the country, guess what? Are you going to let them do this to you? Shut it down! 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 Now I want to make it abundantly clear, none of this stuff happens without you and the person next to you and the person who was here the other day but can't be here tonight, but they're going to come tomorrow because, listen, folks, it is an extended effort to extend and expand not just this strike on Friday or what was last Friday, but across the country for as long as it takes to get this ICE terror out of here. Isn't that right? We have all we need here, and we need to keep that consistently building and growing. So here's one thing I want to do real slow. If you could start it with shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Let's bounce. 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 Shut it down. Stay warm. Shut it down. 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 Make some noise. I know you got energy. It's double degrees here. What, like 10, 15? We did it in single the other day. We did it in negative single, negative double. Whatever weather Minnesota can show out. Isn't that right? And we do it for every one of us that is here and the ones who are not. So let's get one more time real quick for the ones who have been taken from us. Justice for... Justice for Renee Good! Justice for Renee Good! Justice for Renee Good! Justice for Renee Good! If we don't get it, I said if we don't get it, I said if we don't get it, let's go! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Let's go, Bob! Shut it down! 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 Make some noise! That same energy that burns right here, we gotta keep it moving, folks. Thank you so much. We got one more speaker for you. Can I hear it for Helen, please?
Hey, everyone! Nice to see y'all out here. I'm Helen. I organize with the Party for Socialism and Liberation here in the Twin Cities. I was out of state this weekend. And folks that know that I live in Minnesota were asking me how I was doing, what was going on, and I let them know that the terror that ICE is inflicting is devastating. But I also let them know that Minnesotans won't accept this intimidation by the Trump regime. We stand up for each other by the millions. The 23rd was inspiring. We had hundreds of thousands of people come together for the largest protest in the U.S. in over 80 years. This showing of collective unity in the struggle against ICE forced out Bovino. And now more than ever, more and more people are choosing to speak up. It's not just activists and grassroots organizations pushing back against ICE terror anymore. Celebrities, sports stars, and national organizations are speaking up too. Everyone can see the lies that Trump is putting out to justify ICE's murderous actions. Shame! The people want ICE out. An unprecedented number of agents have been sent here to the Twin Cities. ICE has killed 9 people in just this year. Shame! It is January, folks. Shame. Their names are Keith Porter, Parody Law, Eber Sanchez Dominguez, Victor Manuel Diaz, Luis Beltran Yanes Cruz, Luis Gustavo Núñez Cáceres, Geraldo Lunas Campos, Renee Nicole Good, and Alex Pretti. ICE is on pace to kill over 100 people this year. Shame! The struggle continues, and we must be bold. We must extend and expand the general strike. General strikes have worked in the past. The 1934 strike here in Minneapolis created a historic and legislative turning point throughout the state and the country. The 1934 strike acknowledged and protected workers' rights. We can demand that ICE leave our city and leave our state by taking back our labor. We need to use our power as the working class to shut down business as usual. We need to make it untenable for ICE to continue to be here. No business as usual while we face military occupation. We are going to shut it down on January 30th because the people of Minnesota stand up for each other. We are answering the call of students who want a better world without fear of deportation. Shut it down this Friday! What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? If we don't get it, 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 that's right, folks. Shut it down this Friday. Thank you.
Give it up for Helen. Thank you, Helen. She said, if we don't get it. She said, if we don't get it. She said, if we don't get it. Shut it down. 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 Now let's be so clear. Minnesota, let's be clear. A general strike is what they fear. A general strike is what they fear. Minnesota, let's be clear. A general strike is what they fear. Minnesota, let's be clear. A general strike is what they fear. 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 And we're going to expand it, folks. We shut it down Friday, and we're shutting it down this Friday. Isn't that right, Minnesota? Now, the thing is, we've had thousands and hundreds of thousands of people out in these streets all across the week. But guess what? There's more than 100,000 people in Minnesota. Isn't that right? So I need you to tell your neighbor, tell your sibling, tell your friend, tell that coworker you're not the best terms with, tell your mama, we're shutting it down on Friday, right? And it's not just going to be this Friday, it's the Friday after that, and the Friday after that, and the Friday after that, until ICE is out of Minnesota. I said ICE out of Minnesota. ICE out of Minnesota. I said ICE out of Minnesota. 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 If we don't get it, I said if we don't get it, I said if we don't get it, shut it down! 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 What? 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 Oh, Minnesota, shut it down! Again, the only way we can do that is with the help and support of you and the person next to you and the person who was here earlier but had to go because they were cold, and their friends and their mama and their siblings and whoever it is. Because listen, folks, we are at the heart of this struggle. Trump sent the largest deployment here to your state, to our home. And guess what we did to the commander of that deployment? We kicked his ass out of here. That doesn't happen. You guys have to understand how big a move that is. That doesn't happen without people shutting it down throughout this week and then continuing to do that. Imagine what we can do if we can kick the commander of the largest deployment out of our state. What else can we do, huh? Now, we got stuff for you folks, because again, obviously, we got energy here. We had energy yesterday, the day before. The best part about that is that it's there. The next step is to harness it and to organize it and to put it to a direct strategy, because that's what we did, and we kicked his ass out, and we shut that shit down. So, thank you for coming out tonight. If you want to get involved with the Party for Socialism and Liberation, we have a couple more organizing meetings this week, the 28th and the 29th at 6 p.m. University Baptist Church. It's right up down the road there. We've plugged hundreds of people in already, and that outreach has been essential to shutting it down. So please join us this week. We already seen a lot of you over this past week, and we are so grateful for that. If you want to join our membership, please talk to a member or look to joining the Action Network, which can get you materials not just for this fight, but the fights previous and the fights forward. Because listen, it's not over, folks. But we are the solution. So as we close down, I want you going home jumping and yelling, and don't forget the message, because on Friday we gotta do what? On Friday we gotta do what? On I've lost my voice, so I need help from you. Friday, we're gonna do what? Shut it down! 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 Thank you, Minneapolis! It doesn't end here. We need to see you all weekend next. Please tap in 28, 29, 6 p.m. University Baptist Church. We'll plug you in. We'll get you out because, again, it's all of us together. Isn't that right, Minnesota? Isn't that right, Minnesota? And it's not just Minneapolis. It's not just St. Paul. It goes down south to Atlanta where students are walking out. It goes to the East Coast where they're having snow for probably the first time in their lives and they're still showing out. And we know and we learn from the legends out west who have been doing this from time. So thank you so much for coming out tonight, folks. If you could see us again this week, maybe drop off your signs. And the last one. Justice for... Justice for... Justice for... If she don't get it... I said if she don't get it... If Alex don't get it... If Alex don't get it... Shut it down! 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 Thank you so much, Minneapolis! We'll see you this week. Thank you. Go get warm. Charge up, because again, this fight just starts. We'll see you this week, folks. Keep it coming. Thank you so much for being here.
Watch your feed all the time.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Really
What's
cool.
your name?
I'm Jeff.
Jeff
Shad.
Andrew, nice to meet you, Jeff.
Yep. Yeah, you too. Yeah, I actually saw, I think we have somebody that we mutually know, like Ray Gilbertson.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw he was like talking trash. I hadn't really heard about you before, so I like looked at
Yeah, we don't like each other too much. Is what it is. It'd be like that. I mean, you don't have to like everyone. It's fine.
No,
so.
I don't really like him. I just grew up with him. I don't really like him.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. It's very nice to meet you. Absolutely. All right, chat. You like that? Well, no march. Just a little rally on the corner in the outside the government building today. There's going to be a march on Friday. All right, we'll go tomorrow. We'll make sure we go up to the Whipple building. Go over here. We'll make sure we go over to the Whipple building tomorrow. But I mean, it's fine. It's freaking freezing now. We got a tease with the 10 degrees today. Hotel. I'm not doing any hotel noise protests. So I'm not doing those. I can't be around. I mean, it's loud as hell. I like my body after the day. I need to rest, so I will not be going to any nighttime. Nothing. Plus, I think those are a setup anyways, like all around. I feel like it's a setup. I mean, the noise part is fine, but then when it like gets into this vibe of like people that you don't even know are doing shit that like it's just not been a good vibe. And then I feel like it's also a setup for like media out there because then there's MAGA trolls that infiltrate leftist spaces and try to get the protest against the independent media. They did it in 2020, and I'm not falling for it this time. Go fuck yourselves. All right? I'm not going out there and getting set up for some shit. Mercado out there filming them smash stuff. Mercado's a fed. Fuck that. I ain't doing that shit again. Fuck you. Okay? I'm gonna be out here and covering what I can while I'm recovering. And then we'll get back to going and covering like stuff that probably has more like flashbangs and stuff at it in a few weeks. Okay, can't be out there right now though. I can't dodge shit. If one false move and I have a hernia. All right, so I gotta like walk and walk slow and stand. That's all I can really do. And I can drive. I can do that too. So, but all right, guys, have a good night. Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow on Twitch if you haven't done so. Follow on Facebook, all that good stuff, you guys. We're going to go, Status Quo's right over there. They're wrapping up too. And then we're going to go and I'm going to go hang out with some other journalists and go and hang out and stuff. So probably no streams tonight, nothing further. If something happens, I'll let you guys know. But probably just taking it easy again for tonight. And then and then getting back at it again tomorrow morning, because I want to start the ice raid stream early, because they're out there early in the morning. All right, they're out there early grabbing people, so we got to make sure I'm out there in the morning, because that's when it happens. So pay attention to that. Join the Discord server if you haven't. We do have a Discord server. We have a Renegades community on Facebook. Both are growing exponentially. I've been adding new moderators and new people and moving stuff around, so that's pretty exciting. Chat mods too, I'll be adding and subtracting and stuff, so I'll be adjusting that. And then if you're a moderator, there's a chat for every platform that I'll be adding you to, so you can know my expectations and shit. But all right, guys, appreciate you. This is live from downtown Minneapolis. I'm Andrew Mercado from Mercado Media, and I'm gonna go get warm now. See you guys later.